The first brush of his lips against my skin stole the words from my lungs before my mind could catch up. "Don't stop," I breathed, the sound barely more than a confession. The air inside the car felt thick, almost unreal, as if the rest of the world had disappeared beyond the fogged windows. A lone streetlight shimmered through the mist like a fragile witness. We were parked just outside Cedar Grove, where no one wandered this late, where secrets felt briefly untouchable. His voice hovered near my ear, unsteady but gentle. "Are you all right?" I couldn't answer. I wasn't, but I didn't want to pull away either. "My name is Erin Wallace. 39 years old. Married for 15 years. Mother to a son who'd already left home for his own future. In Cedar Grove, I was dependable, polite, invisible in the safest possible way. I sold homes, smiled on cue, kept everything in order. I had faded so quietly I hadn't even noticed. Until Caleb came back, Noah's childhood friend, the boy who once spilled juice on our kitchen counter and laughed it off. Now he stood broader, quieter, carrying a gravity I didn't recognize, and the way he looked at me was no longer careful. It was curious. Searching. At first, it was nothing more than glances that lingered too long. Fingers brushing by accident that didn't feel accidental. Questions that reached past politeness and into something private. He listened like my answers mattered. My voice changed without permission. Softer. Slower. At home, my husband moved through the house like routine itself, speaking in logistics, not in feeling. Some nights, I would sit alone after my shower, towel slipping at my waist, staring into a mirror that reflected a woman I barely recognized, and wondering when she had disappeared. Then came the rain-soaked evening that bent everything out of shape. David was away. The storm had softened to a whisper by the time Caleb arrived under the pretense of checking the gutters. Water soaked his shirt, darkened his hair. He stood in the garage, uncertain, breath shallow. "Tell me to leave," he murmured. I said it was wrong. Even as I stayed, what followed was quiet and careful and irreversible. When he finally stepped away, his voice was steady with something deeper than regret. "I won't pretend this didn't happen." After that, nothing sounded the same. The faucet, the refrigerator, even silence felt louder. David returned and noticed nothing. But I carried the shift inside me like a fault line beneath calm ground. Caleb kept his distance yet never truly vanished. A glance in passing, a wrench left behind, a paused heartbeat in a grocery aisle. And one evening, I found him again inside my home, holding a photograph of the woman I used to be. Proof that some ghosts don't stay buried once they're called back to life.